is Sarah, and this is Mother Goose Knits. I have changed the name because I thought of something cute that I liked. So I changed it to Mother Goose Knits. It was Sarah Makes before. And I feel like we're kind of starting over because I only did 2 episodes and then I disappeared for several months. What happened was I got sick a lot. If you have school-age kids, then you know. Everybody was super sick for months on end. It was just never ending. And I also had my baby in October. So yeah, and during the last month and a half, I really couldn't knit anything at all. I couldn't sit comfortably for a long period of time to knit, and I also just had to lay down on my side, and I was tired, so I didn't do any knitting. But I wanted to really quickly try and get a podcast in. I thought about doing a everything I knit in 2022. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I have a 3-year-old who's pretty wild, and of course the baby to take care of, and I have like a small amount of time right now where I can possibly film something. So what did I make? I think I haven't got a chance to look at what I was working on in my last podcast, and it was so long ago that I don't remember. I know I was working on my halibut sweater and I finished it and then I unfinished it. So here's the halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter, Boyland Knitworks. It's kind of wrinkled. It has this really cool halibut pattern, and this was a pretty tough color work. It's not intuitive. You really have to look at the chart all the time, and so it was kind of I struggled a little bit, but I really love the sweater, so I was excited to get it done. And yeah, it looks really cute. I really like it. But of course, in the beginning, I always have problems. I either have a problem with making the sweaters too big because my gauge is slightly off, or I have problems with collars. And it's always my problem with the collar, though. It's always my problem. The pattern was fine. I chose the mock turtleneck design, and I accidentally knit it in the main needle size. So it was too big, and I thought maybe I could put elastic or fold it over, and it wasn't working. It was way too loose. It was very floppy. You could wear it, but it just felt uncomfortable. It felt like it was gonna fall off. It felt like it was, you know, moving around. It wasn't a nice sturdy collar that felt like it was holding the sweater on me. I did try a crochet, like a single crochet thing, I don't know what you call it, around the bottom of the neck so it wouldn't stretch more. And that worked, but ultimately I had to undo the collar. And unfortunately, because it's top down, what I had to do was pick up stitches along the edge of the collar and then like cut off the entire collar. And I was scared to do that, so I put it off for a while. But this crochet, the single crochet I put around the edge, helped hold the stitches on, and I picked up stitches under there. And unfortunately, I ended up picking up too many stitches. I think I picked up stitches on the rapid increase that you would put after the collar. So I had way too many stitches, but I just decreased it, and I'm kind of winging it. I hope it works. I think it will work. I might do an actual turtleneck that you fold over, because this is quite a big, it's like a big cozy sweater, and I want to make sure, you know, when you have a deep raglan like this and you lift your arms, it kind of slides around at the top. You want to make sure you have a nice sturdy collar that holds it on so you don't feel like everything's falling off you. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Anyway, I think I'm going to do a turtleneck and have a nice big collar to go with the nice big deep raglan. But I'm so happy I made this. Oh, and I made this with Lion Brand Feels Like Heaven in charcoal and beige, which is 100% nylon, but it feels really nice. It's a really nice yarn, and I have made 3 sweaters so far using this color combination of this yarn. Which brings me to, I guess we're doing whips. Brings me to this one. This is Blizzard by Jessica McDonald. In my first episode, I had made Skift, which was a child size sweater with this pattern, basically. Actually, I'll get it. Okay. So I made this Skift, the baby sweater, for my son who was born in October. This is a 3-month size. It is still too big for him. But one day when I was still pregnant, I thought it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, I'm gonna buy the adult version and we can match. So I started on this one, and I actually did the entire body. Well, I did the yoke, and then I was not able to really do any knitting anymore. I ended up knitting on it a little bit in the hospital. And I ended up doing the whole body. Started on the sleeve and realized that it was just way too big. It was like huge. It was not gonna work. I had to unravel the entire sweater and start over completely. So that's what I did. But I've knit it up again really quickly. This color work pattern is very easy and fun. So if you are like burnt out doing color work, you don't have to twist any, you don't have to carry over floats. So you don't have to do any twisting. In the back, the longest float is 3 stitches. So this was really enjoyable and fun. I like color work. But this was just super easy to do. So you didn't have to worry about it too much or think about it too much. The pattern was really intuitive. You could just memorize it right off the bat from the first few stitches in the row. So it would be like black, white, or 2 blacks, 1 white, and it was that the whole way. It was really easy and fun. I didn't have to look at the chart a lot for that one, which was a nice relief after halibut. But yeah, so we're gonna match. I'm very excited once I actually finish, but it's going quickly, and I'm really hoping I can finish it before Christmas so it can be our matching Christmas sweater. Next, another Caitlin Hunter. I know I had started this one the last podcast, and this was Iskald by Caitlin Hunter. And I had gotten this yarn on clearance from Michaels. It was the Karen Cloud Cakes, and I bought this one because my daughter had picked the purple kind for her sweater, and I ended up just buying all of it because it's limited edition and it was really soft, and my daughter likes that purple color, so I just bought all of it and figured I'd do another sweater or some socks or something like that. I actually made her a scarf and a sweater with that purple, and I still have a ton left because the cakes were huge. But I saw this one And I kind of liked the colors. I know I have some Target dresses in this colorway, like color combination. And I feel like that was probably 2 years ago or something. So this was like a popular color combination 2 years ago. You can see this is the same pattern. But when I was reading the pattern, I didn't understand how the V-neck was going to be formed because I've never done a V-neck before. I've only done top-down yokes, circular yokes, and raglans from top down. And I never did something like this where you go back and forth for a little bit, then join it to create a V-neck. So I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to mess it up with a more expensive yarn, so I used this clearance yarn, and it's super soft, and you can see the stripes aren't even. It does this stripe pattern, but then, you know, when you get to the sleeves, the color is weird, but honestly, it came out nice. I like it. I've worn this a bunch of times, actually. I think I've worn it a bunch of times because I don't care if it gets messed up because it was so inexpensive yarn. I did not pick up the stitches correctly around the neck, but it turned out okay. And yeah, immediately after doing this, I cast on this one. Again, is called by Caitlin Hunter. And I used a cotton bamboo, the Kobu or Kubu blend by Line Brand. And I love this. I think it's comfy. It looks really cute. This is a really nice pattern if you're looking for a big cozy sweater or a big cozy V-neck. I altered the sleeves on this one. See, I'm glad I did this one first because the sleeve decreases here. It does that weird thing. It's like, it looks weird to me. I don't know. My Halloween sweater had the same sleeves, like the same sleeve decrease, and I didn't like that either. So when I knit it again with this, I just immediately started decreasing just at a slower rate up until around here, and then I did a faster decrease to get to the cuffs of the sleeves. And I love this. I've worn this out already. I had to actually redo the collar on this one as well. I have problems with collars now, but it was easy because this was, you know, you picked up the stitches and knit the collar separately. So I just took it all out and it was perfectly fine. And it doesn't, because I had done it wrong the first time where it was too wide and it was sliding off my shoulders, and that doesn't do that anymore once I actually did it correctly. But yeah, I really like this. It's got this nice simple cable pattern right here. I worn this out a couple times and I made the mistake of wearing it to a doctor's office. They did the blood pressure cuff and the Velcro stuck to the sweater and she just ripped it right off. So that was cool. It did pull a little bit of the strings or the plies. You can see a little bit there, but it wasn't that bad. Okay, so the situation with my acquisitions is that we are redoing the basement and all the contents of the basement had to be put into my sewing room. So I can't actually reach any of my yarn that I recently purchased. So one of the things I bought was Woody Tweed by Hobie, and it's a recycled wool yarn. I do knit vegan, so I'm only using either synthetic or plant-based yarn. And I definitely want to move to more plant-based yarns. I have a stash already that I'm trying to use. But I've recently discovered that there are recycled wool yarns. It's basically like made with old sweaters and turned into a new yarn. And so I just decided to go for it and buy a kind of a large quantity of this recycled wool. And I was a little afraid it was going to be scratchy or cheap feeling, but it was actually really nice and soft, and the price was really good for, it was actually a Black Friday deal. So it was about $4 per skein. I think now like the regular price is about $11. So I got a really good deal on it. I bought a bunch of them. I should have bought more colors. I bought an oatmeal color. It was either oatmeal or nougat. And then I got a dark brown. So I'm looking forward to trying out some colorwork sweaters with those. And I think that's it for acquisitions. Oh, no, actually from Hobie, I got stitch wire. That's just a little thing, but that is helpful. You can see here on the Blizzard sweater, I have the sleeves on the stitch wire here. I know a lot of you have been using these. It's for needles 5 through 10 millimeter. So it's kind of sticky, but definitely useful because I really hate using waste yarn, and I end up not putting it on waste yarn and not trying it on, and then I end up with a sweater that doesn't fit very well. And then I mess up and I have to do it all over again, which is exactly what happened with my Blizzard sweater. So I've learned my lesson and I'm not going to do that again. How many times have I learned my lesson with not doing a gauge swatch and not trying it on because I didn't want to put it on waste yarn. Wasted a lot of time, I think. Anyway, thank you for watching. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy New Year. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.